So today we're doing a clothing haul, just kidding, it's KFC chicken, a giant bag of KFC food, yes! I am so excited for this video guys because today we are finally comparing KFC chicken and also other types of KFC food in the UK and also in the US, and I know you guys have been waiting patiently for this video. I also hate that I always have to do this, but I genuinely love making these videos, and for this to be possible, please give this video a like and also subscribe and switch my notifications on, and this is literally what keeps my channel being able to make these crazy traveling / food comparison videos, so I really appreciate it. For the first category, it only made sense that we went for like the classic thing that everyone goes to KFC for, and that is the giant bucket with chicken. In the US, they actually do the fried chicken without being fried, so it's basically grilled instead. And I really wanted to try it because I've never seen that before. It's basically the same chicken from like the fried chicken that we have in the UK, but not fried at all. I do love KFC and I wish I could have it more often, but one of the reasons why I don't is because it is fried chicken and that's kind of unhealthy. So if we had this in the UK, if this is any good, I would probably have KFC more often. So I'm gonna go for, maybe not this bit. This is usually my favorite one just because there's more meat. I would say that this one was a definite yes for me, and it will be hard for the UK considering they don't actually have the same chicken, so let's see what happens. In the UK we only have the fried chicken. I know they also had that in the US, but I actually thought it was more interesting if I picked something different in the US. Just to start, I think this bucket of chicken, even though it's the same amount of pieces, it's way bigger in the UK. It's screaming at me, eat me! It's so greasy, but so good. Look at that. It's so greasy, I think I just moisturized my lips for the next 2 weeks. This one's a little bit difficult to judge, but I'm gonna go with my personal preference. I just think the flavor in the US was very similar to the one in the UK, except it was a little bit healthy, so I'd probably take the US instead of the UK. That's only fair that the winner for this one is the US. For this next category, I decided to actually go for my favorite thing, which is boneless chicken. That's basically the reason why I go to KFC. I don't actually go because of stuff with bones, because I'm like, I don't have time for this. I want to go straight to the good stuff. So, for the US, I actually got this thing called extra crispy tenders. I'm not sure if we have this in the UK. Look at that. Look how crispy that looks. I bet I'm gonna bite into it, and even though the camera is like so far away from me, you guys are still gonna hear it. I would just sit here and eat the whole thing. I would deeply regret that I only got 3 of these because I actually really like this. The only thing I would change is I would probably put a little bit more chicken in it. The chicken is very thin. There's barely any chicken in it. But apart from that, I really like it. It is amazing. It's very good. Instead of being called the extra crispy tenders, I think that's the name in the US, in the UK the name of it is boneless mini fillets is the name of the boneless chicken in the UK, and I think the packaging actually looks really cool and looks really fancy. Looking at the fillets, immediately I can tell that they've got way less dough than the ones in the US and they're way less crispy. They almost feel a little bit soggy, so they're definitely not gonna like make a sound when I bite into them. This is so good. This is a very easy decision for me. The winner for this one is obviously the UK, because even though it's not as crispy, and I know some people prefer that, I actually value the amount of chicken more, and the flavor was still good, and it was still crispy, just not that extra. So the winner for this one is definitely the UK, so congratulations, this chicken is amazing, and I'm gonna be eating some more now. This is very good. I think we have more sandwiches at KFC in the UK than you do in the US, so I decided to include the only one that we actually don't have, and that is Chicken Little. And when I ordered it, the lady said, do you want only one? And I'm like, what do you mean? It's a sandwich. Of course I only want one. It's just for me. And then I opened it, and then I realized this is so little. Look at that size. That's literally like the size of the palm of my hand, which I actually think is kind of cute. I mean, it is literally called Chicken Little. Like, what was I expecting? I'm gonna try it and let's see what I think of it. I like that a lot. I think it reminds me of like McDonald's a little bit, but if you're gonna order this, definitely have to make sure that you like mayo, because there's a lot of mayo. When American people say they're gonna put mayo and stuff, they go there. It's such a shame that in the UK they never put pickles in things, because this is like a good example of when it just tastes like really, really good. I was looking at the menu for the sandwiches in the UK, and I cannot make this up, but they've got a burger called the Daddy Burger. No joking, this burger is called the Daddy, and it's basically fried chicken with I think a hash brown and also some bacon and lettuce and cheese and basically anything you could potentially imagine at KFC. I mean, not gonna lie, I think it looks amazing, so let's try the Daddy. That's a lot going on. The hash brown in the middle of the burger is seriously the best part. It just tastes so good. It makes the whole burger. I cannot be unfair though, because in the US I ordered literally the tiniest burger, and here we've ordered like a huge one. And I feel like obviously I sort of prefer this one because there's a lot more going on, there's a lot more chicken, there's a lot more bun, so I feel like it's almost like an unfair comparison because I should have chosen a different sandwich in the US. So for this one I'm actually gonna make it a tie instead of giving the title to the UK. So congratulations to both countries. For this next category, which is exclusives, I actually got two things because there were just so many things that I could have chosen in the US. I had no idea what to expect when I read the famous bowl, and I mean, it basically looks like popcorn chicken with like gravy, mashed potatoes and corn. Is that what it is? I don't think this looks like the best, like it looks like a mushy mess. There is mashed potatoes in it. This has to be like 2,000 calories on its own, because this is an insane amount of carbs. It's literally, gravy is a carb, breaded chicken is kind of a carb, corn is a carb, and I'm here for every second of it. I've never seen anything like this at KFC before. Guys, look at this size. This is completely ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna eat the middle. That's chicken and cream and carrots and peas, just like a normal pot pie. I don't like that. I would definitely not eat this again. I really didn't like it. It literally came down to the chicken. There's literally like 6 variations of this thing called a rice box, and I'm not sure if it ever existed in America before. This one in particular is called the original recipe rice box. Oh my god, there's mayo everywhere now. Did you guys? I hope you saw that. It kind of looks like a salad when you look at it, but actually the bottom of it is literally just rice. And I actually think that looks pretty good. Oh my god. That is so much mayo. I'm not somebody who loves rice usually. I never eat rice, it's very, very rare. But this rice from KFC with the salad and the chicken, it's so good. This is like a great combination. I didn't realize that, but it's also got beans and salsa mixed with the rice, which I think it might be what makes it taste a little bit Mexican. I mean, apart from the mayo sauce, it's not that unhealthy because it's like rice and salad and beans, and I kind of like that. This might be one of my favorite things we've tried in this video so far. I am shook. The other exclusive that I'm gonna be trying is something that I haven't seen when I was in the US at KFC. I don't know if you guys have ever had this. Once again, I could be wrong, but this is a KFC burrito. This one in particular is called the Zinger burrito, and I'm not gonna lie guys, I've got no idea what's in it. It smells so much like Taco Bell. It sort of looks like Taco Bell as well, or am I crazy? I've only been to Taco Bell like twice in my life. I am not exaggerating, this might be one of the best burritos I've ever had in my entire life. This is so good. This is what the inside looks like, and it kind of tastes similar to the rice box that we just had, but this is way, way more spicy. This is good. Like, if you come to the UK, I would recommend that you have this and the rice box almost over the chicken, and that's crazy because it's KFC chicken. I really thought the UK didn't stand a chance for the exclusive category, but actually I think I might give my title to the UK because I really enjoyed both of the sides. I think it tasted very good and it was just different. It was nice to eat something that was very different from fried chicken at KFC. And for this last category, which is sides, I actually got 2 sides for the US, and the first one Mac and cheese! We definitely don't have mac and cheese from KFC in the UK, so this will be interesting to try. It's kind of weird for me to say that I'm eating mac and cheese from KFC. It's a little bit mushy and like obviously probably because it was sitting in the car for like 45 minutes before I got home. But I would recommend this. It's really good. It tastes like, I know it tastes cheesy, but it's not like too salty or too like, I don't know, it's nice. It's nice. It's cheesy without being like gross cheese. And the other side we've got for the US is a biscuit. We don't have this thing called biscuits in the UK. This is not a thing for us. Like biscuits is something you have with tea. It tastes like it's doughy, so it tastes like raw, but then it's actually overcooked. It tastes like the worst scone in the whole world. It tastes like your mom has made like scones and then you left them out for like an hour. That's kind of what it tastes like to me. Obviously, this is my opinion, and as someone who never grew up eating this, so I don't want to upset anyone, but I really don't like it. This first side we've got for the UK is actually baked beans. I think they're like the traditional baked beans that people eat a lot in England, and I think this looks ridiculously small. This looks so tiny. When I ordered this, I expected like a big bowl of beans like as a side, and they give me this. That's it. This tiny little sample of beans. It smells a little bit like barbecue sauce. Oh no, that does taste like baked beans from like English breakfast. It's so good though. It's very sweet and it tastes a little bit like smoky, like it almost tastes like barbecue sauce, but it really isn't. I actually really like this. I wasn't expecting that. I was ready to hate it, and you know, I love the beans. The next side is coleslaw. Guys, this is the size of it. How many of these do you actually need for this to be like a regular side? This is not amazing, but also it isn't terrible. It kind of just like lies in the middle. Weirdly enough, it's very comparable to the biscuits we had in America. This is gonna be very difficult because I was supposed to like this one more or less, but I feel like I like it the same. I think the exclusives is what made the win, because I really loved like the rice boxes and the burritos, and there's just like so much variety going on. In the US there was some variety, especially with like the famous bowl, but it was a little bit weird. It was a bit of like too much going on. So that's the reason why the winner for this one is the UK. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to everybody who actually does subscribe and watch these videos, because I know they reach a lot of people, and I think a lot of you guys are not subscribing, and it really does help me making more of these videos and more episodes for the series, which is a little bit expensive and kind of hard to plan and like hard to organize, so I'd really appreciate the support. Also, don't forget to give it a like if you enjoyed it, of course. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!